Hi, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel, and I'm the resident reader for this YouTube channel, as well as for the Divine Resolution Tarot business that operates in Minnesota. If you'd like to work with me, all of the information will be in the description box down below. This is the Twin Flame reading for February. My apologies about January. I did not get to the Twin Flame reading, but I am here now. So let's get into it. Looks like there's some sort of decision that's being made. As I'm shuffling, I'm seeing here. There's been a lot of confusion around this connection lately. So I feel like one of you may be making a decision. The other one of you is still a little bit confused. So I'll pull the cards and then I'll tell you what I see and what that means for you. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the state of your relationship and how you're each viewing this situation. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards very quickly, and then I will tell you what you need to know. All right. We also have friends in the reverse as well as apology. So this is kind of one of those situations where someone could have tried to apologize, but the hard part is the structure of this relationship has been so fundamentally damaged that it's the energy of like either you're realizing that you need to rebuild from the ground up with your twin, or you're feeling as though you can accept their apology, but if all they're offering is an apology, you're not in a space of being able to be their friend because of the way that you feel about this person, okay? I'm just going to pull one more oracle card here. Let's see how the Divine Feminine is viewing the relationship. Yeah. We have, I need time to heal. You moved on so easily. And who is that, right? Let's see what the Divine Masculine would say about the situation or has to say about the situation. You make me so happy. And I don't understand why you love me. So the energy here is, it's a little bit strange. I feel as though with this Five of Wands in the reverse, your person, and it depends on who's watching. If you're a feminine watching, then this would be your masculine. If you're a masculine watching, this would be your feminine. So please take the energy however it resonates. But with this Five of Wands in the reverse, this is showing me that there's a real revelation here that whoever has been dealing with someone else, their twin really doesn't compare to that person in a way that this person is irrelevant. I feel like the masculine tried really hard to move on from his feminine, and that's coming through very strongly with the feminine saying, who is that? How did you move on so easily? It looks like there was some sort of conflict here that led to the masculine forming a new connection or an attachment with someone else so that they could really not feel the pain of the feminine not being in their life. The hard part is that as the masculine did that and tried to go be with someone else because they were avoiding the issues that needed to really be addressed in this connection, and it was just easier to maybe even ghost the feminine, they're realizing that this new person it's not for them. This new person is not their person. With the Tower in the reverse coming out for the masculine side, this could even mean that the person they were dealing with did something to them that was really devastating or should have been really devastating, but they realized that they honestly didn't care about that person in that moment. It's like whoever they were dealing with, if their person cheated on them or betrayed them, it almost didn't even faze them because that was like an eye-opener for them. Like, wow, you know what? I should be really hurt, but it doesn't even affect me the same as if my feminine did something to me. Like, I'm realizing that I just honestly don't care about this situation. You know, this was a band-aid to be able to avoid this or move on from this connection. How the masculine is viewing the situation is the Tower in the reverse. So it's making me feel like a lot of you, your masculines are coming in with an apology for the month of February or some sort of peace offering. With the Friends in the reverse, for you feminine, you may be feeling as though you're not in a place of being able to trust your masculine, or you want more than a friendship and you want more than an apology. You want them to really step in and make this right. Because with the Five of Wands, we go back to the Four of Wands, and that is the twin flame union. So for a lot of you in the month of February, you may be having an opportunity to really reunite with your twin, especially with this emptiness and the reverse. It just depends on what you do with it, because for some of you feminine, with this Five of Cups being how you're viewing the situation, you're still so sad about what happened that even if your masculine came in right now and tried to rectify the situation, you're not going to trust this apology and you're not going to trust this offer, because you're focused on the fact that your masculine probably chose someone over you. With this ultimatums in the reverse, you know, you probably asked them, what are you doing? Where is this going? And rather than them moving into a space where they were trying to work with you, there was some sort of blow up or some sort of argument. And then there was just silence. And you probably watched your twin form a relationship with someone else. So to you, it's like feminine. You don't even want to see it anymore. You don't want to think about love. It just hurts, right? For some of you, your twin actually went off with the person that they could have been having some sort of affair with. And so the union that you had, you're feeling as though they just disregarded it, right? I feel like more than anything, though, this is you coming out of conflict about whatever the situation is that led to this separation. For you feminine, though, you're really in a space of just feeling heartbroken about what your masculine has done to you. Your masculine is actually coming through as someone who's realizing that they've really screwed up, okay? They're not like this, you make me so happy, I don't understand why you love me. They're in a place of realizing that they've been trying to detach themselves from the situation because they weren't able to be emotionally available and vulnerable to you feminines. But now they're seeing that they're not available to anyone else either. And it's in a space where it's almost like this energy of them realizing that they really wasted their time. The hard part is with this Tower in the reverse, this goes back to that devil energy, you know, and so you can very much feel feminine that your masculine has addictions or that they have behavior that keeps pulling them away from you. And that as soon as things start to get better or start to get concrete or things start to get figured out, they're doing something that's consistently sabotaging this connection. So for a lot of you, you're getting over or you're trying to process why your masculine is willing to invest in someone that isn't you, right? They're on the other side over here, though, figuring out that they're doing all these things to destroy what you're building because they have a lack of self-love. And they've been in a space of treating you like an option or treating you like they don't care and displaying this air of detachment. And what they're starting to see is that you brought something out of them that no one else will. You actually make them very happy. The hard part, though, is with that devil energy, they're still having to move things out of their life that are not serving them. Please know, though, that if you're in a space of being separated right now with that devil energy, that lust and that drive and that passion is constantly on their mind and bringing them back to you, regardless of whatever you're seeing them do, okay? All right, I'm going to also pull a card to see how his view of the situation is affecting his current actions for my feminine. And then I will pull a card for my feminine side to see how she's viewing the situation, how it's affecting her actions currently right now. So give me one for my masculine. Yeah, see, Your masculine is starting to turn people down. They're starting to see that they don't want the life they built for themselves, that it's basically a sham if you're not in it, and that they turned you down based on their own fear of rejection. We have the Hierophant coming through and the Four of Wands in the reverse. So for you feminine, if you've been watching your masculine be committed to someone else, this is them leaving a situation that is not what you think it is. You may think that they're very happy wherever they are. I promise you that's not the case, especially with this Four of Wands in the reverse, because that talks about the initial happiness in a relationship ending very abruptly, and you're really starting to see things for what it is, okay? This person was a very nice distraction, but they're not you, okay? So I'm seeing your masculine currently, they're in a space of figuring out how can they move towards you, but they feel as though you will reject them based on what you've seen from them, because all they've done is hurt you and reject you, right? Let's see for my feminine how this is affecting her actions. Magician in the reverse. So for you feminine, it's like you've given up on the situation. You're feeling incredibly depressed right now. You may be feeling very foolish or like just trying to get to a place, I feel like, where you stop wanting your masculine, you stop investing in your masculine. You're not trying to manifest them back. You're not trying to manifest anyone new. You're just in a place of like, everybody leave me the hell alone. I just need time, right? So you're not out in the world trying to do all this stuff or even distract yourself. For a lot of you, you're really sitting in your own solitude and replaying everything that happened in your mind and trying to figure out if you can still have trust in this connection, faith in this connection, or is it really time to just walk away from this completely? Because it feels like you're just getting hurt over and over, right? But what you don't realize is that while you're doing that, your masculine is getting into a space where they're starting to have their own revelation, and they're trying to figure out a way to come towards you to compromise and to end this conflict because they're tired of being without you. They realize that anyone else, they're not you, right? Let's see what your masculine will be choosing to do or show you actually based on their point of view. All right. So your masculine is actually going to come through and give you a discussion of some sort or like some sort of information. This could even be that they try to post something publicly where you can see or tell your friends so that they'll tell you that they're not committed to the person that they're with. They may even be in a space of trying to inquire about you, to see what you're doing, to see if you're committed to someone else. To me, this is very much like a public declaration that they're single or that their ex was a horrible person. You know, this is something that they want you to be able to see or hear, whether it's directly or indirectly. They're going to try to show you that they're getting over whatever this situation was, and that they're in a place of, it's showing me that they're wanting to come back. This is the energy of them seeing that they're committed to you. So it could even be that they show you something indirectly. I feel like this is kind of indirect communication for the majority of you, where it's almost like a message or a picture. It's something that if you saw it, you would know what it means. Because they're hoping that you will give them some kind of response to show them that you're still interested in them. Your person has been really watching you. Give me something for this Three of Swords. So this person too, you know, if they don't post something that you can see, which I feel like for the majority of you, that's what they'll do, like change their status on any kind of social media. I feel like they're just going to come out directly and tell you, like, you know, I'm not with anyone, or we didn't work out, or I walked away from this situation, because all of these cards are showing me that whatever this is that this masculine tried to go do, when you feminines told them, like, this is what I need, and they just kind of ghosted, they're going to come to you and tell you that it didn't work out. Now, the hard part about this, though, is for you feminine, do you want to feel like you're somebody's second choice? And that could be very much what hurts you, is that your person, whatever they come through and tell you, it's got you feeling so bad. You know, not only are they gone, but then when they come back, it's like, oh, I tried to build a life over here with so-and-so, it didn't work, I'm back, I love you. Well, some of you feminine are not going to want to hear that. You're going to be like, you know what, that's insult to injury. And now you're here and you're picking me and you want this fresh start. But at the end of the day, it took you to go find someone else to realize what I meant to you. And for a lot of you feminine, you're going to need time to really process this, to be able to feel like you can make this work with this person. You know, with this Magician in the reverse, we go back to the energy of the Fool. So are you able to start on a fresh journey with this person and have that unwavering trust in them? Well, the hard part is it doesn't really feel like what's coming through here, whatever they're telling you, it doesn't feel like it's enough to fix this, right? And they're saying, I don't understand why you love me, and I'm afraid that you don't want me. I've made so many mistakes. But the hard part is, do you want to hear it, feminine? Because you moved on so easily. I can't heal you and I don't trust you anymore. So that's the thing, is that if your masculine moves around in a space of codependency, you could just feel like they're coming back to get your energy and you're frustrated. You're in a space of being like, this is always the same with you. I can't fix you. You need to fix yourself. As soon as I don't give you what you want, you just go look for someone to do it, you know, and you replace me. And I don't trust you. I don't trust that you're going to really stick it out through the bad times, right? So this is going to be a really difficult situation for you, because it looks like there is that apology coming in for the month of February. It looks like for some of you, you may be turning this person down completely, like I said, with the friends, because you're just not wanting to deal with the rebuilding of this situation right now. You're still too hurt, right? And it's like, I can accept your apology, but I don't know if we can be anything more right now. For your masculine, though, I feel like they're coming through and they want an apology and they want more than friendship. So you have an opportunity to really come out of conflict with this person. But the hard part is, are you willing to take it? Okay. Feminine, what are you going to be showing your masculine this month based on your point of view? Yeah, that's exactly it. So you're going to stand your ground. You're going to be in a place of really, you want to make sure that your masculine is single if they're coming through and they're trying to be with you. But the thing is that you're kind of pissed off with this Ace of Swords, right? And with this Page of Wands in the reverse, this talks a lot about you've noticed a lot of flaws in your partner that maybe you were willing to overlook before they did what they did. And now to you, you're like, you know what? Maybe I'm just not interested in this anymore. Maybe I'm just going to stop aligning myself with you based on what you've shown me or the way that you've made me feel. Okay, so now that the masculine is having this turning point, for you feminine, you're going to show them that you're probably not interested in this connection at this time, which is totally valid, but it's also a little unfortunate because with this Five of Wands coming out in the reverse, not only is this the revelation that no one compares to you feminine, but it's a chance to really heal this connection and to move backwards to that Four of Wands energy, which is the Twin Flame card. I feel like for you feminine, you're not going to be taking any action towards your masculine, regardless of what they tell you. You're going to be really, really cautious about trying to let this person back into your space, because with this Ace of Swords, this is you having a new attitude. This is you being really logical about the situation. This is you probably saying, like, you know, whether you want more than a friendship, I can't give that to you at this time because I need to figure out who you are and where you are. What you've done to me has changed me, and I'm not the same person that I used to be. For some of you, feminine, we have I need you to say it and nothing is changing. So to you, it's like you've changed in their absence, and you need to hear the truth, and you need to hear why they did what they did, and you need to understand why is it so easy for you to build a life with someone else, but when I ask you for the bare minimal, you won't change for me, right? You run away and you start something new. So we're going to take this to the extended, and we're going to look at how the divine masculine is feeling about the relationship, what he wants, and what his future actions will be, as well as all of those things for the feminine. We're also going to look at the outcome for the next few weeks, what you can expect based on what's being manifested. And before we go, I will pull you some oracle cards. So for the masculine energy, and just so you know, actually, this one is here too. We have, wow, both of these. It says, I'm trying to change and your love changed me. And the feminine is saying nothing is changing. So your masculine does realize that they have not changed the way that you wanted them to. But in your absence, they've also realized that they need to try. So for my masculine, let me see what we have. Stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. So for you masculine, if you're in a space of being rejected by your feminine, you have to keep trying, because this is a result of how you've made her feel, right? Don't give up on this connection. You're so close, but she really needs to see that things are different with you. For you feminine, what is the advice? Time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. Now for you feminine, if you look at this 5 of Cups, these 3 cups are old and they're beat up, and this is all the lies and the affairs and the disappointment and the cheating. And you have these 2 new cups, this new phase in your connection that you could turn around and pick up if you can move on from the old and the hurt and the emotions that are no longer serving you in this connection. It's going to be up to you, though, if that's something that you're ready to do, okay? I'm going to pull 2 more oracle cards from a separate deck for advice on how to deal with your twin, because this is advice for how they can deal with their situation. For the masculine, how can you deal with your feminine? We have independence. And for the feminine, how can you deal with your masculine for the month of February? All right, I like it. So masculines, we have decide for yourself, exercise your right to choose. Now this 5 of Wands can talk about your environment affecting the choices that you make. It's time for you to show your feminine that you're choosing her first, right? Regardless of what friends or family think, regardless of whatever ideas have been placed upon you about what a relationship should look like, or, oh, you're being rejected, so you need to move on. No, you need to make the choice for yourself, right? If your feminine isn't coming through in a space of welcoming you back with open arms, you may start feeling like you're being foolish, or what would my friends or my family say if this person is rejecting me? But if your heart is leading you to this person, you're going to have to make the decision to keep trying for what you want, regardless of your ego, okay? Regardless of what your ego is telling you, you have to keep trying, and you have to really exercise your right to choose, not your ego, not your friends' opinions or your family. If this is something you really want, you're going to have to show your feminine that you're no longer codependent and looking for validation elsewhere, okay? For you feminine, you can deal with your masculine by blessings. Count your blessings. A grateful heart attracts more joy, love, and prosperity. So again, this goes back to those old hurts, right? If you're focused on everything that's wrong with the connection, it will never be able to blossom to what it could be. Now, oftentimes we look at patterns of a situation and we get to a place where we're in so much despair that we've put ourselves in the same situation over and over, and people prove to us after we extend them so many offers that they just can't be trusted, right? But you have to find a healthy dose of also being able to look at the potential. And I'm not saying to throw caution to the wind, but what this card is saying when it comes to your masculine is if you can focus on the good and you can focus on the times that you really shared, you may be able to turn this connection around because they're finally in a space of coming towards you. But if you look, it says, I don't know how to fix this. and they're not you. My ego led me astray and I want to come back. Okay? So if you want your masculine, you're going to have to focus on something other than all the disappointment that you felt. You're going to have to start feeling gratitude, which is extremely difficult, but you've manifested them back with the opportunity to do something different and to have this revelation. They're coming out of that tower moment where they had that epiphany, right? The hard part is they had to do that with someone else. But for you feminine, oftentimes when your masculine isn't in a space to be what you need them to be, the universe will take them out of your life and give them a karmic partner so that they can see how they've made you feel from someone else doing it to them. Okay? It wasn't your place to teach your masculine this lesson. And so that's why they were attracted to be elsewhere and to do something else. It's like them having to be in karmic timeout, right? Because they're not getting on your level. So it's almost like they were in detention and they had to learn this lesson. But it wasn't for you to hurt them this way, because if you would have done that, that would have damaged the connection to the point that it can't be repaired, right? So they had to learn this lesson with someone else, and now they're back. And really, it's up to you what you do with it. But if you can try to look at it from that point of view, that may be able to help you to just know that every time a karmic partner becomes involved in a relationship, it's simply because there's something that your person is doing to you and they really need to be taken down a peg so that they can see how it feels, right? But it's not for you to teach them that lesson. You're supposed to reap the rewards of them learning that lesson, okay? All right, I'm going to take this over to the extended reading so we can talk about the things that I told you that I would be looking into. But this has been your reading for February. Good luck with this, all of you twin flames, and I hope that this works out for your highest good. Always do what's best for you, okay? I'll speak to all of you soon and have a very happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate. But in the meantime, do take care. Bye.